The photo hit Layla's phone at 3 a.m. Singapore time. Her sister Tracy was grinning wide, sprawled across her couch in her living room. Her kids, Sophia and Leo, were building a pillow fort with her throw pillows. The caption from their mom read, "Surprise. Tracy moved in. We changed the locks. Family helps family." Layla had spent the last decade building international infrastructure projects across Asia. The house back in Seattle. She bought it at 27, working 80-hour weeks while living in a studio apartment the size of a closet. No help, no handouts, just her savings, and a dream of owning something that was truly hers. Her hands shook as she read her mom's follow-up messages. "Tracy really needs this right now, sweetie. You're never there anyway. Don't be selfish. You have your whole exciting life abroad. The kids are so happy to have a real home." Layla muted her phone and opened her laptop. The conference presentation she was supposed to be preparing for tomorrow blurred before her eyes. Instead, she pulled up her email and started typing. "Jason, remember our conversation about listing the house? Time to execute immediately." Her realtor replied within minutes. "Layla, you sure? Thought you were waiting till next year. They broke in and changed my locks. Get it listed today. On it. Sending docs now." Her phone buzzed again. This time it was Tracy. "OMG, sis. You should see how cute Sophia's room looks. I used your master bedroom, since you're not using it. Hope that's cool." Layla switched her phone to silent and poured herself a whiskey. The Singapore skyline glittered through her hotel window as she signed Jason's digital paperwork. Her sister always did love playing house with other people's things. Mom and Dad always let her. Not this time. A memory came back. Layla at 16, working 2 jobs to buy her first car. Tracy, 14, borrowing it without permission and wrapping it around a tree. Their mom making Layla apologize to Tracy for making her feel bad about the accident. Her email pinged. "Jason again. Listing goes live in 4 hours. Market's hot. We'll have offers by tomorrow. You want me to handle the eviction notice too?" Layla took another sip of whiskey. "Yes. Make it official. They want to play house. Let's see how they like the rules." Her phone screen lit up with missed calls. "Mom. Dad. Tracy. Mom again." A text from Tracy popped up. "The kids want to paint their rooms. Thinking bright yellow for Sophia. Call me." Layla opened her presentation slides instead. Tomorrow she'd pitch a $50 million project to a room full of executives. They'd see a composed professional in a crisp blazer. Not someone whose family just detonated a nuclear bomb in her life. She typed back to Jason. "Make sure the eviction notice includes all occupants. And make it fast." "You got it, boss. Want me to change the locks back?" "No need. New owners can handle that." She closed her laptop and walked to the window. 28 floors up. Singapore's gardens glowed like jewels in the night. She'd built this life piece by piece, project by project, while Tracy bounced between jobs and relationships, leaving chaos everywhere she went. Her phone buzzed one final time. A text from her dad. "Your mother is very upset. Call us immediately." Layla turned her phone off completely and finished her whiskey. In 12 hours, she'd nail her presentation. In 24, her house would be listed. In 48, her family would learn what happens when they mistake kindness for weakness. They wanted to play games with her house? Game on. She opened her laptop again and started a new email. "Dear Jason, regarding the listing price, let's go aggressive. I want this done fast." The Singapore sunrise was starting to paint the sky pink. She had a presentation to prepare, a house to sell, and a family to teach about consequences. For once, she wouldn't be the one apologizing. "Your childhood room is still exactly how you left it," her mom used to say whenever she visited. She meant it as comfort, but it was really an accusation. Tracy's room changed monthly. New furniture, fresh paint, constant upgrades. Layla stayed frozen in time, like they had given up on her ever coming back. Her phone buzzed. Jason's name lit up the screen. "Layla, you're not going to believe this. 3 offers already, all over asking." She adjusted her earpiece, weaving through Singapore's crowded streets. "How much over?" "Highest is 50,000 above. All cash buyer wants to close in 2 weeks." "Perfect. What's the status on the eviction notice?" "Courier's delivering it today. Your sister's in for a surprise." As if on cue, her phone beeped with an incoming call. "Tracy." She ignored it. "Layla," Jason's voice softened. "You sure about this? Once we accept an offer, They broke into my house, Jason. Changed my locks. Would you let that slide? Hell no. Just checking. Oh, incoming text from your sister. She's asking me about painting contractors. She stopped walking. She's what? Says she's improving the property. Want me to respond? No. Send her the eviction notice now. She hung up and ducked into a coffee shop. Within minutes, her phone exploded. What the actual hell, Layla? Tracy's text screamed. An eviction notice? Mom's message followed. Call me immediately. This is cruel and unnecessary. Then Dad. We need to talk about this as a family. Her phone rang. Tracy again. This time she answered. How could you? Tracy sobbed. The kids just got settled. Interesting. Did you ask how I felt about you settling into my house? Mom and Dad said. Mom and Dad don't own my house. I do. Or did you forget who worked for it? We're family. You're never even here. Layla laughed, cold and sharp. Remember my first car, Tracy? The one you totaled. That was 15 years ago. I was a kid. And Mom made you apologize to me for making me feel bad about it. Exactly. Is that what this is about? Revenge? No. This is about consequences. You have 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's impossible. Where are we supposed to go? Not my problem. You should have thought about that before breaking in. We didn't break in. Mom and Dad had keys, which they used illegally. Check your email. Jason sent you information about short-term rentals in your price range. Tracy's voice cracked. How can you be so heartless? What about Sophia and Leo? What about them? Their mother should have secured housing before making them homeless. I'm telling everyone what you're doing. You'll look like a monster. Go ahead. I'm sure it'll look great. How you broke into your sister's house and got legally evicted. The line went quiet, then barely a whisper. Mom was right about you. You never cared about anyone but yourself. Funny. I remember caring about my car, my house, my boundaries. All the things you and Mom never respected. Layla hung up as another call came in. It was Jason again. Layla, the buyer increased their offer. They want to close in 10 days, he said. She watched people walking past the coffee shop window, all of them living their normal lives while hers felt like it was slowly falling apart. Take it. Send me the paperwork, she said quietly. You got it. Oh, and Layla, your mom just called me. She tried to say you're mentally unstable and can't make legal decisions. Her coffee turned bitter in her mouth. Of course she did. Send her lawyer my power of attorney paperwork. And Jason, thank you. Don't thank me yet. This is going to get uglier before it's over. She stepped back into the thick Singapore humidity, her phone still buzzing with messages. A new one popped up, from Sophia's school email account, clearly typed by Tracy. Auntie Layla, please don't make us leave our new home. We love it here. Layla's finger hovered over the delete button. Then she remembered Tracy's smug face in that first photo, stretched across her couch like she owned it. Delete. Some lessons had to be learned the hard way. God knew she had. The first Instagram post appeared 3 days after the eviction notice. Tracy stood crying, hugging Sophia and Leo on the front porch of Layla's house. The caption read, "When your own sister makes her niece and nephew homeless. Toxic family. Narcissistic sister." Layla was back in her apartment in Singapore when Jason called. Your sister's gone viral. Local mom groups are sharing her posts. Let them, she replied, scrolling through the comments. Hundreds of strangers were calling her heartless, cruel, and evil. There's more, Jason continued. She's claiming you're mentally unstable from childhood trauma and shouldn't be allowed to sell. The doorbell rang. Room service, she thought. She had ordered dinner an hour ago. Hold that thought, she told Jason, opening the door. Instead of room service, she found Andrew, her ex, standing there. Surprise, he said, looking exactly like he had 2 years ago when she caught him cheating. Your mom called. She's worried about you. Layla slammed the door in his face and picked up her phone again. Jason, my mother sent my ex to my apartment in Singapore. Jesus. Want me to call security? Already done. She could hear Andrew arguing with someone in the hallway. Any other surprises? Yeah. Tracy's friend Janet started a GoFundMe. Help single mom and kids displaced by heartless sister. Her laptop pinged. Another email from her mother. Layla, if you don't stop this madness, you'll regret it forever. Tracy's children will never forgive you. She forwarded it to Jason. Add it to the harassment file. Her phone buzzed again. A text from Tracy. Sophia's crying herself to sleep every night. Hope you're happy. She opened Instagram again. Tracy's latest post showed Sophia's room, her master bedroom, half-packed and looking deliberately sad. The comments were harsh. What kind of monster evicts children? Someone call CPS on the sister. Rich people have no hearts. Jason's voice broke into her thoughts. Layla, the buyers want to move up. Closing in 7 days. Perfect. What's the next step? Property inspection tomorrow. They'll need full access. She smiled for the first time in days. Make it 9 a.m. Don't tell Tracy. That's cold. I love it. Another call came through. Her dad. She switched lines. What do you want? She asked. Rosie, he said, sounding tired. This has gone too far. Your mother can't sleep. Funny how nobody cared about my sleep when they were breaking into my house, she replied. We had keys. We're family. Having keys doesn't make it legal, Dad. Having DNA doesn't make it right. Tracy has nowhere to go. She has the same place she had before you moved her into my house. Wherever that was. She was living with us, but your mother's nerves. Ah, Layla cut him off. So it was fine to dump her on me without asking, but not okay to keep her yourselves. Silence. That's what I thought. Anything else? Your mother, she might have said some things to Andrew. Like that you're mentally unstable, traumatized, unfit to make decisions. More silence. Goodbye, Dad. She switched back to Jason. Still there? Yep. Your sister's posts are getting nasty. She's implying you're emotionally abusing her kids by proxy. Forward everything to my lawyer. And Jason, make sure the inspection team tomorrow is thorough. I want them checking every room, every closet, every corner. You want Tracy to have to move everything for them. Exactly. Time she learned whose house it really is. Her phone lit up with a new Instagram notification. Tracy had posted a childhood photo of the two of them. Layla was pushing her on a swing. Both of them smiling. The caption read, "What happened to my loving sister? Greed changes people. She chose money over family." Layla clicked the block button and opened her email. Dear Jason, schedule the final walkthrough for 8 a.m. next Tuesday. Don't notify current occupants. I'll be there in person. Time to end this. Layla, let them paint me as the villain. Some stories need a good one. The inspection team arrived exactly at 9 a.m. Layla watched through Jason's video call as Tracy opened the door in her pajamas. Her face changed quickly, from confusion to rage. What is this? She demanded. Property inspection, the lead inspector said, already walking inside. We have authorization from the owner. I wasn't notified. Not required, Jason said off camera. Legal notice was sent yesterday. Layla watched Tracy's face fall. I need to get the kids ready for school. They can inspect while you do that, Jason replied calmly. Every room needs to be checked. Her phone buzzed. Her mom was calling. She declined it and texted Jason. How bad is it? They've done some damage, he typed back. Walls need repainting. Carpet stains. Scratches on the hardwood. Tracy's voice carried through the video. This is harassment. I'm calling my mother. Your mother doesn't own this house, Jason reminded her. Now we need to check the master bedroom. The camera followed them upstairs. Layla's bedroom, her quiet, peaceful space, had been turned into a mess. Toys were everywhere. Clothes and half-unpacked boxes filled the room. The calm gray walls were now painted in a loud, ugly yellow. What happened to the built-in shelving? Jason asked. We removed it for the kids' artwork, Tracy mumbled. Layla unmuted herself. You destroyed custom carpentry. Tracy turned quickly toward Jason's phone. You're watching this, you coward. Couldn't face us yourself. I'm facing you right now from my job. The one that paid for everything you're destroying, Layla replied. We're improving it, making it a home. It was a home. My home, which you broke into. Mom and Dad aren't the owners. I am. Was, Jason added. Sale closes in 6 days. Tracy's face turned pale. 6 days? But the eviction notice said. Buyers moved up the timeline, Jason said. Tick-tock. The inspector spoke up. Ma'am, we need to check the attic. No, Tracy stood in front of the attic door. It's messy up there. Jason moved closer. Open it. I have rights. Not in this house, Layla said through the phone. Open it, Tracy. The door swung open. Boxes were stacked everywhere, but not moving boxes. These boxes looked familiar. Are those my storage containers? Layla's voice went quiet and sharp. You weren't using them, Tracy said, trying to defend herself. We needed space. So you threw my things in the attic. Where are my files? My photos? Some might have gotten wet. There was a leak. Layla ended the video call. Her hands shook as she dialed Jason. Get them out today. Call the police if you have to. Layla. They destroyed my property, damaged the house, threw my life in the attic to rot. Get them out. Her phone lit up again. A text from Andrew. Linda told me everything. You need help, Layla. Professional help. Then from her mother. Tracy is crying. The kids are terrified. Is this what you wanted? Then her father. The police? Really? Against your own sister? She blocked them all and called her lawyer. Clara, remember when you said documenting everything was paranoid? Check your email. Photos of damage, unauthorized modifications, property destruction. I want them charged with vandalism. That's your sister, Layla. No, that's a trespasser who destroyed my home. Press charges. She hung up just as Jason called back. Police are here. Tracy's having a meltdown, saying you're ruining her kids' lives. Put me on speaker. She could hear Tracy crying. Listen carefully, Layla said. You have 2 hours. Take your things. Only your things. Leave my boxes. Leave my property or face charges. You heartless bit. 2 hours, Tracy. The clock's ticking. She ended the call and opened her laptop, booking a flight to Seattle. It was time to finish this in person. Her phone buzzed one last time. A text from Jason. They're packing. But Layla, Tracy's friend Janet, is live streaming the whole thing, calling it wealthy sister's cruel eviction of a homeless family. Layla booked the ticket. First class. If they were going to cast her as the villain, she might as well travel like one. 6 days until closing. Time to go home and end this chapter. The rain in Seattle matched her mood. Jason picked her up from the airport. Janet's live stream went viral, he said as he drove. Over 100,000 views of Tracy's emergency evacuation. The comments were harsh. Her phone was full of hate messages from strangers. They're still in the house, Jason said, merging onto the highway. Refusing to leave. Janet's got protesters outside. Protesters? Local mom groups. About 20 of them. Signs saying save the children and family over greed. Layla checked her phone. Sure enough, Janet was live again. Day 2 of the protest against wealthy abuse. Share to help this struggling family. Perfect, Layla said. More witnesses. For what? Jason asked. You'll see. They pulled up to the house. The protesters stepped aside as she got out of the car. Whispers followed her. Phones pointed at her. Tracy stood on the porch with crossed arms. Janet stood beside her, still live streaming. Look who finally showed up, Tracy said loudly. My sister, everyone. The one making children homeless. Layla didn't say anything. She walked past her, holding her key. But the door was already open. Inside, the house looked worse than the videos. The walls were stained. The floors were scratched. Her things were all over the place. Sophia and Leo were sitting on her couch, playing video games on a TV she didn't recognize. That's not your TV, she said. We needed one, Tracy shrugged. You can keep it when we leave. If we leave. When is now? Layla said. She pulled out her phone. Jason. He stepped inside, followed by 2 police officers and a court official. What's happening? Janet asked, pointing her camera. Ma'am, one officer said to Tracy, we have a court order for immediate evacuation. You need to gather your belongings and leave. You can't do this, Tracy yelled. We have rights. No, Layla said softly. You don't. Not here. Not anymore. The court official stepped forward. You have 1 hour to collect personal belongings. Anything left behind will be considered abandoned property. My kids have school tomorrow, Tracy said, gesturing to Sophia and Leo, who didn't seem upset at all. Where are we supposed to go? Layla handed her an envelope. 3 months paid at the extended stay hotel. Jason arranged it. Your choice to use it or not. Tracy ripped the envelope in half. We don't want your blood money. Mom, Sophia said quietly. Can we just go to Grandma's? I'm tired of cameras and fighting. The live stream chat filled with heart emojis and kind comments. Tracy's face changed. Fine, she spat. But this isn't over, Layla. You've shown everyone who you really are. No, Layla replied, watching the officers take pictures of the damage. I've shown everyone who you are. She turned to the kids. Go pack your things. The officers will help carry them out. As Sophia and Leo walked upstairs, Janet pushed her camera in Layla's face. How does it feel to destroy your own family? She asked. Layla looked straight into the camera. How does it feel to live stream child trauma for views? Keep recording. Show your viewers the damage they did to my house. Show them what family really meant here. The camera lowered just a little. That's what I thought, Layla said. An hour later, Tracy and the kids were gone. The protesters left once the police began running license plates. Janet's live stream ended suddenly when Jason mentioned possible legal problems for causing harassment. Layla stood alone in her destroyed living room, surrounded by what was left of her sanctuary. Jason gently touched her shoulder. The buyers, they might back out when they see this. They won't, Layla said, pulling out her phone and showing him an email. They're developers, planning to tear it down anyway. That's why they offered cash. You knew. Why do you think I took their offer? This house died the moment they broke in. Might as well make some money from its funeral. Her phone buzzed. A video message from Sophia. Auntie Layla, I'm sorry about your house. Mom said we had to, but I didn't want to. I miss when you used to visit, and we'd just talk normal. Layla saved the message but didn't reply. Some bridges, once burned, should stay ashes. Jason looked around at the damage. What now? Now, Layla walked toward her old bedroom, where Tracy's yellow paint still stained the walls. Now we prepare for closing. And Jason, make sure the final walkthrough is scheduled when they're all watching. Let them see what family gave them. The rain kept falling outside, washing away the protest signs and muddy footprints from the driveway. 5 days until closing. 5 days until this house became someone else's problem. 5 days until freedom. Her father showed up alone the next morning. He looked older than she remembered, standing in the wrecked living room with his hands in his pockets. Your mother doesn't know I'm here, he said. Then why are you? Layla asked. He picked up a broken picture frame from the floor. It held an old photo of their family at the beach. Layla and Tracy were building sandcastles. Their parents smiled in the background. You were always the strong one, he said. The responsible one. Maybe that's why Why you what, Dad? Why you dumped everything on me? Why you let Tracy destroy everything I owned? We thought you'd understand. Understand what? That my house, my life, meant nothing compared to Tracy's needs. He set the frame down. She needed help. And I didn't. All those times she took my things, ruined my chances, made my life hell. Where was my help, Dad? When she totaled my first car, you made me apologize. When she took my college fund for her failed business, you said, family supports family. When she showed up drunk at my graduation party and ruined my speech, you said, that's just how she is. We were trying to keep the peace. No, you were trying to avoid dealing with her. It was easier to make me adjust, make me forgive, make me give up everything, than to make her face consequences. Jason appeared in the doorway. Layla, the contractors are here to check the damage. Her father straightened up. I'll pay for repairs. Too late, Layla said. The house sells in 4 days. To developers. They're tearing it down. Tearing it down? But all your work. Tracy already destroyed it. Might as well profit from the ruins. A contractor walked in, holding a clipboard. Her father moved toward the door, then stopped. Your mother, she's not well. This situation is her doing. And Tracy's. And yours. You don't bring justice by breaking your sister's heart. Layla gave a cold laugh. Maybe if someone had broken hers earlier, she'd have grown one. Ma'am, the contractor called, we need to check the attic damage. Go home, Dad. Tell Mom whatever you want. This ends in 4 days. He reached for her hand. She stepped back. We're still family, he said. Family doesn't break into houses. Family doesn't destroy homes. Family doesn't slander each other online for sympathy. People make mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. This was a pattern. One that ends now. Her phone buzzed. Jason's eyes widened at the message. Layla, we have a problem. Tracy tried to forge your signature on some documents to delay the sale. Her father's face went pale. She wouldn't. Check your email, Jason said. Sending proof now. Layla opened the attachment. Her signature was clearly forged on a document claiming the house sale was fake. Still want to defend her, Dad? He sat down hard on the broken couch. I'll talk to her. No. I'm pressing charges. Forgery is a felony. She's your sister. Not anymore. She turned to Jason. Call Clara. Get the police report started. Layla, please, her father said, standing again. We can work this out. Like we worked out the car, the college fund, the graduation, the break-in, the property destruction, the online harassment. He had no answer. That's what I thought, she said. She opened the door. Goodbye, Dad. Give Mom my best. Or don't. It doesn't matter anymore. He walked out slowly, his shoulders low and heavy. The contractors moved through the house, taking pictures and notes, recording every scratch, every stain, every sign of what had been done to her home. Layla's phone lit up with messages. From Mom. Your father is crying. I hope you're happy. Tracy. They'll never prove I forged anything. From Janet. You're really pressing charges against your own blood? She blocked them all and turned to Jason. Get me the paperwork for the charges, she said. And Jason, when the developers tear this place down, make sure Tracy gets front row seats. She wanted the house so badly, she can watch it fall. The rain started again, washing away her dad's footprints from the driveway. 4 days until closing. 4 days until the charges were filed. 4 days until she finally, completely, and irreversibly broke free. The final walkthrough was scheduled for 9 a.m. Layla arrived early and saw Tracy and Janet already there, filming from their car across the street. The developers' team pulled up right on time, their sleek black SUVs lined along the curb. Miss Layla, the lead developer said, stepping out and offering his hand. Ready to proceed? Absolutely, she replied. Tracy jumped out of her car. Layla, wait. Layla kept walking, leading the team toward the house. Tracy ran after her, Janet right behind with her ever-present camera. You can't just tear it down, Tracy cried. This is our childhood home. No, Layla said as she unlocked the front door. This was my investment, one you destroyed. The developers moved past them, clipboards in hand. Tracy grabbed her arm. The kid stuff is still inside. Some of it, anyway. We couldn't carry everything. You had your chance, Layla said. Anything left is legally abandoned. Janet shoved her camera forward. Heartless sister throws away children's treasures. Live at. One more word, Layla said sharply. And I add harassment charges to the forgery case. The camera lowered immediately. Inside, the developers were already measuring, marking, and planning their future project. Tracy followed Layla from room to room, her voice getting more and more desperate. Remember when we used to play hide and seek in here? When Dad built that treehouse outside? When Mom gave you my car? When Dad used my college fund? When you all broke in and changed my locks? We're family. You can't just erase. Watch me. The lead developer came over with the paperwork. Everything looks in order. We can close today if you're ready. Perfect. Layla, please, Tracy said. She was crying now, real tears, not the fake ones from her live streams. I'm sorry, okay? I messed up. I always mess up, but please don't do this. Layla paused, her pen hovering above the final document. Through the window, she could see Sophia and Leo in the back seat of Tracy's car, watching silently. You know what's funny? Layla said, turning to face her sister. If you'd actually asked, not assumed, not taken, I might have helped. Might have let you stay. Properly. Legally. Temporarily. I can do that now. We can start over. No. You didn't ask because you never thought you had to. You, Mom, Dad, always believed my things were your things. My space was your space. My life was yours to rearrange. I was desperate, Tracy said softly. You were entitled. There's a difference. The developer cleared his throat politely. Layla signed the papers. No. Tracy lunged for the documents, but 2 security guards stepped forward, blocking her. Ma'am, one of them said firmly, please exit the property. It's not property, Tracy screamed. It's home. It's memories. It was, Layla corrected. It was all those things, until you broke in, until you destroyed it, until you showed me exactly how little my memories meant to you. Janet had started filming again. Layla walked straight toward the camera. Got your story? She asked. Good. Here's the real headline. Woman sells house after sister breaks in, commits forgery, destroys property. But that's not as clickable, is it? Tracy slumped against the wall. What am I supposed to tell the kids? Tell them actions have consequences. Tell them respect matters. Tell them what happens when you take things that aren't yours. The developers began their final inspection. Tracy watched, defeated, as they marked the walls for demolition. Mom's going to be devastated, she whispered. Mom's going to learn the same lesson you are, Layla said. Finally, she walked to the front door, then turned back one last time. Goodbye, Tracy. Good luck with the forgery charges. Outside, Sophia waved from the car window. She wasn't angry, just sad. That hit Layla harder than Tracy's tears, than her mother's manipulation, than her father's guilt. But as Jason pulled up to drive her to the closing, Layla remembered the ruined photos in the attic, the destroyed furniture, the feeling of being invaded. "Ready?" Jason asked. She looked back at her first house, her hard-won independence, her sacrificed sanctuary. "Ready?" Tracy's voice called out from across the lawn. "You'll regret this. Maybe." But as they drove away, leaving Tracy behind with her camera-ready tears, her enablers, and her lifetime of dodged consequences, Layla felt something else. Freedom. The house was gone, but so were the chains. The demolition crew arrived at dawn. Layla watched from Jason's car as the machines rolled in. Yellow giants against the gray Seattle sky. No protesters today. No cameras. No tears. Her phone buzzed. A text from her dad. "They arrested Tracy this morning. Forgery charges. Your mother collapsed when the police came." She showed Jason the message. "You okay?" he asked. "Better than okay." The first wall came down with a thundering crash. Her bedroom, the one Tracy had painted that ugly yellow, crumbled into dust. Another text. "Please drop the charges. She's your sister." Layla typed back. "She stopped being my sister when she broke into my house." The demolition continued, slow, loud, final. Each crash was a full stop at the end of a chapter in her life. Jason handed her an envelope, final paperwork from the sale, and something else. Inside was a check, more than she'd expected, and a small note from Sophia. "Dear Auntie Layla, Mom says I'm not supposed to talk to you anymore, but I wanted to say I understand. Mom takes my things without asking, too. Sometimes she sells them. Says it's because we're family. I'm sorry about your house. Love, Sophia." Layla folded the note carefully and put it in her wallet. The developers asked if she wanted to keep anything from inside. Jason said, "There's still time before." "No, let it all go," she replied. Her phone rang. It was her mom's number. For the first time in weeks, she answered. "How could you have Tracy arrested?" Her mother sobbed. "How could you help her break into my house?" Layla asked calmly. "We were helping her." "No, you were helping yourselves. To my house, my life, my boundaries." "She's facing jail time," her mother cried. "Actions have consequences, Mom, even for your golden child." The second floor of the house collapsed inward. Her attic, where they had thrown her memories to rot, disappeared in a cloud of dust. "What do you want?" Her mother's voice changed, suddenly calculating. "Money. We'll pay you back. Just drop the charges." "I want you to understand something," Layla said, watching another wall fall. The house coming down, the charges, the consequences, this is what boundaries look like. This is what happens when you break them. We're family. Not anymore. You chose Tracy every time. Now live with it." She hung up the call as the last wall fell. Jason touched her shoulder. "The developers want to know if you'd like to invest in the new project they're building here." Layla laughed. "No, but I know what I'm going to do with the money." "Do tell," Jason said, curious. She pulled up her email and started typing. "Dear Sophia, I'm setting up a trust fund for your education. One your mother can't touch. One that will be there when you're ready to build your own boundaries. Love, Auntie Layla." "That's surprisingly sweet," Jason said, smiling. "Sometimes the best revenge," Layla said, "is making sure history doesn't repeat." Her phone buzzed one last time. Janet had posted her final live stream. "Karma. Entitled sister who evicted family loses house to demolition." Layla clicked the link and left a comment. Correction. Owner sells house after family breaks in. Calmer indeed. The machines were finishing up, leaving behind only foundation and memories. Jason started the car. Where to? Layla looked at the empty lot where her house had once stood, where Tracy had played the victim, where her mother had enabled, where her father had stayed silent. "Airport," she said. "Singapore's waiting." "And Layla," Jason said, glancing over, "thank you for everything. Anytime. Though next time," he added, "maybe we sell to a nice family instead of developers." "No, next time. I'm done with houses for a while." As they pulled away, she watched in the rearview mirror as the dust settled on her past. The house was gone. The family was gone. The weight was gone. Her phone lit up with a final text from her dad. "I'm sorry for everything. For not stopping them. For not protecting you too." She didn't respond. Some apologies came too late. But Sophia's note sat in her wallet, a reminder that sometimes, from the ashes of broken boundaries, something better can grow. Something stronger. Something free.